Urgent Baltimore Ravens fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Baltimore Ravens updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, Ravens fans, hold on to your hats because what I'm about to share with you could be a game changer for the upcoming NFL season. We're on the brink of the NFL draft, and the buzz around Baltimore is heating up like never before. The team is meticulously planning their next move, and all eyes are on who they might pick to bolster their roster. As you know, the Ravens have become synonymous with a tough, disciplined style of play, anchored by strong defense, innovative offense, and an uncanny ability to develop talent. But this draft, everything seems to be pointing toward a new direction, one that could truly elevate this team to new heights. The name that's currently making waves in NFL circles, especially among Ravens supporters, is Ted Buchanan. Now, Buchanan isn't just any prospect, he's emerging as one of the most promising young talents in this draft class. With his combination of athleticism, versatility, and raw talent, he's being seen as a potential future star, someone who could seamlessly fit into Baltimore's aggressive defensive scheme or even contribute offensively, depending on how the team chooses to utilize him. What makes Buchanan so intriguing? Well, for starters, his physical tools are off the charts. He's got size, speed, agility, and a football IQ that's growing rapidly. Many scouts and analysts have called him a diamond in the rough, and it's easy to see why. But let's take a moment to talk about the bigger picture here. The Ravens, under head coach John Harbaugh, have always been a team that values smart draft choices, player development, and a relentless work ethic. Over the years, they've built a roster that balances veteran leadership with promising young players. Last season, despite injuries and some inconsistent performances, Baltimore showed resilience, finishing with a respectable record and making a solid push into the playoffs. But they're clearly not done yet. They want to push even further. They want to be contenders again, and to do that, they're looking to add that extra spark, a difference maker, through the draft. Now, Buchanan's name isn't just floating around as a random prospect. No, he's caught the attention of the Ravens front office because of his potential to be that kind of difference maker. Imagine a player who can line up on the edge or even in the secondary, who can rush the passer, cover receivers, and make game-changing plays. That's the kind of versatility Buchanan offers. And, let's be honest, the Ravens have a history of developing players like that. Think about Terrell Suggs, Ed Reed, or more recently, Marcus Peters. These players came into Baltimore with raw talent and left as Hall of Famers. If Buchanan joins the team, he could be the next in line to make a significant impact. The draft strategy for Baltimore is always a calculated one. They tend to favor players who not only have physical talent but also fit into their team culture, hardworking, disciplined, and eager to learn. Buchanan's profile checks all those boxes. Plus, his recent performances in college and the combine have been impressive. He's shown flashes of brilliance, and his athletic testing scores are among the best for his position. Some analysts even compare him to some of the top defensive prospects in recent years, but what really sets him apart is his high ceiling. The Ravens, known for their patience and player development, could see Buchanan as a project that will pay off big time down the road. Now, it's important to remember that the draft is always a gamble. There's no guarantee that Buchanan will be available when Baltimore picks, especially if other teams see the same potential in him. But if he is there at the right spot, say, in the later part of the first round or early in the second, there's a strong chance the Ravens will pounce. And imagine the excitement among the fans if that happens. The possibility of watching Buchanan take the field in purple and black, making plays, and helping the team chase that elusive Super Bowl title, it's exhilarating to think about. Of course, the fans are not just dreaming, they're analyzing, debating, and hoping. The Ravens front office is known for their strategic acumen, and they're undoubtedly doing their homework. They're watching film, consulting scouts, and weighing all their options. Some say they might target an offensive lineman to bolster the protection for Lamar Jackson, while others believe a dynamic linebacker or a skill position player could be on their radar. But right now, Buchanan's name is trending upward as a potential steal, someone who could fall to them and become a cornerstone piece for years to come. And speaking of Lamar Jackson, it's impossible to talk about the Ravens without mentioning their franchise quarterback. Lamar's evolution has been one of the most captivating stories in recent NFL history. From his MVP season to overcoming injuries and adapting his game, he's a player who inspires his teammates and fans alike. The team's success often hinges on the quality of the roster around him. Adding a player like Buchanan could give Lamar even more weapons or help solidify the defense, which has been a strength but still has room for improvement. The chemistry, the team chemistry, the leadership, it all starts to come together when the roster is filled with talented, hungry players eager to prove themselves. Now, let's not forget the other pieces of the puzzle. The Ravens have key veterans like Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Williams, and Odafe who are pushing this team forward. Plus, the coaching staff, led by Harbaugh, is renowned for their ability to develop young players and make strategic in-game adjustments. All of this creates a perfect environment for someone like Buchanan to thrive. The question is, will the Ravens pull the trigger? Will they see Buchanan's upside as worth the investment? Based on what we've seen so far, the signs point to yes, but patience is key until draft night. And I know what many of you are thinking, what about the other prospects? There's always a mix of needs and preferences, and the Ravens have to balance their immediate needs with future potential. But the buzz around Buchanan is undeniable. His tape is exciting, and his recent interviews suggest a mature, hungry athlete who understands what it takes to succeed at the NFL level. The Ravens scouting department is known for their meticulous approach, and if they believe Buchanan can be molded into a cornerstone player, they won't hesitate to make that move. Now, let me tell you, this isn't just about one player. It's about a team that's constantly evolving, looking for that edge to get back to the top. The NFL is a league of parity, where a single draft pick can change everything. Baltimore has a rich history of finding diamonds in the rough and turning them into stars. Think about players like Justin Tucker, one of the greatest kickers of all time, who was a sixth-round pick. Or how the team transformed players like Lamar Jackson into MVPs. That's the kind of potential we're talking about with Buchanan. If the Ravens see it, they'll make the move. And I want to emphasize how crucial this draft is for Baltimore's future. The core is still young, and with the right additions, they can be serious contenders for years. The AFC is stacked, with teams like Kansas City, Buffalo, and Cincinnati fighting for supremacy, but the Ravens have everything they need to be right there in the mix. A strategic pick like Buchanan could help them close the gap and perhaps even leapfrog some of these teams in the postseason. So, as we inch closer to draft night, the excitement is palpable. The rumors, the speculation, the hope, they're all building up. Fans are dreaming of that perfect pick, that game-changing talent who can come in and make an immediate impact. Buchanan's name is just one of many, but it's clearly one to watch. The Ravens are on the cusp of making a move that could define their season and maybe even their franchise's future. It's a fascinating time to be a Ravens supporter, and I can't wait to see what unfolds in the upcoming weeks. Now, let's talk a bit about the history of the Ravens drafting and developing talent. Since their inception in 1996, Baltimore has built a reputation for being a team that values toughness, discipline, and smart football. Players like Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and Terrell Suggs didn't just come out of nowhere, they were cultivated, mentored, and eventually turned into legends. The same blueprint is still alive today, and with the draft approaching, it's exciting to think about who could be the next big star to wear the purple and black. Baltimore's front office has always been strategic, often waiting for the right moment to strike. They're not necessarily the team that reaches early in the draft unless they see a clear value. So, if Buchanan is available at their pick, it would make perfect sense for them to consider him seriously. His skill set aligns with the Ravens' philosophy: aggressive, versatile, and eager to improve. Furthermore, it's worth mentioning that the Ravens fan base is one of the most passionate in the league. Every year, fans flock to the stadium, support their team through thick and thin, and celebrate their victories with unmatched enthusiasm. This draft could be another chapter in that story, one where the team makes a bold move to bring in a player who could become a fan favorite for years to come. The anticipation is building, and the community is buzzing with excitement, speculating about who will be the next Raven to make a splash. To wrap it up, the upcoming NFL draft is shaping up to be one of the most pivotal moments for the Baltimore Ravens in recent memory. The potential acquisition of Ted Buchanan has fans dreaming about a brighter future, one where the team combines their disciplined defense, innovative offense, and emerging young talent to chase that elusive Super Bowl trophy. It's a story that's just beginning, and we're all eager to see how it unfolds. The Ravens have a rich history of turning draft day dreams into reality, and this year might just be the next chapter in that legendary saga. So, stay tuned, Ravens fans, because the best is yet to come, and whatever happens in the draft, one thing's for sure, Baltimore is ready to roar back to the top. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Baltimore Ravens. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Baltimore Ravens news.